Okay, boys and girls, I just want to go over the answers from yesterday. So a couple things. So identify the base and height of each triangle. So really, for number one, you could have multiple answers. So AB could be the base, and then AC could be the height, or AC could be the base, and AB could be the height, because here's the right angle, and they're both connected. For number two, though, here's the right angle where T is. So that means then PR must be the base. That has to be the base. And the reason why is because PR is part of the triangle. TQ is the height, because the height doesn't have to be part of the triangle. So you need to be careful with that. So and it's not R to T, and the reason why is because P and T here are not part of the triangle. Remember, the base must be part of the triangle. So again, look for the right angle first, and then that should help you. All right, next. Okay, so for 3 and 4, for 3 I would have done the same thing as the book. So if you draw the height right down the middle here, I'm just going to draw, I can't really draw a dot line on here. So there's your right angle. I would draw it right down the middle, and that means then we have to put a letter here. So let's say I do D, doesn't really matter. So AD here, because this is the right angle, AD has to be the height of the triangle, and BC over here is going to be your base. All right, so 4 is easy. 4 is just like number 1. So either DE is going to be the base, or EF's the base, and reverse it for the height. The reason why is because that's the right angle right there. Okay, and just remember, like for number, let's go back to number 3 real quick. The reason why, let me just erase that. The reason why AB can't be the height, or AC can't be the height, is because they're on angles there. If you notice, the height must be on a straight line. Okay, so number 5 and number 6. So the book did it one way. They did it like this. I would have done this. I would have drawn a straight line going down, and then G, and let me put a letter here, J maybe. GJ here would be the height, and then over here HK would be the base. For number 6, they did it like this. Again, I would have turned my paper, and I would have made go this way, and I can't really turn it on here, but PQ would be your base, and then R, and let's make an S here, RS would be the height. So many ways to do it, many different ways. All right, number 7 and number 8, I'm not really going to go over because it's just 1/2 base times height, so you should be able to figure out where the height and the base are. So the first one is 56 square inches, and number 8 is 63 square inches. Here's the dog again. All right, the next 2, you have to find the height, so I'll quickly show you these. So area equals 1/2 base times height. So for number 9, fill in what you know. I know it's 96 is the area times 1/2 is 16 is the base. The height I don't know. So it's 96 equals 8h divided by 8 divided by 8, and you get 12. And it's the same thing for number 10, how you solve it. So that answer is going to be 24. All right, let's do 11, and we'll do 11. 12 is the same thing. So 11 is, we're trying to figure out the base. So our formula is 1/2 base times height. Area equals, so the area for number 11 is 135 equals 1/2. The base we don't know, the height's 15. I'll take 135 equals 7.5b, because I took half of 15, divide by 7.5, divide by 7.5, and your answer is going to be 18 yards. Number 12 is 10 yards. All right, next couple. All right, for this one, you have to find PQR. So here's P, here's Q, here's R. So we have to find that area there. Okay, so this triangle, I find the right angle. This would be the height of it. And then this is your base right here. Because remember, base and height connect at a right angle. So it's 1/2 base is 26 times height, which is 12. When you solve that, you get 156 square feet. Okay, next one. 14 is a little trickier. So what 14 says is this: the area of AEC, right here, AEC, this right here, is going to be 28. Okay, so let's look at the shaded region here. If you look at AE, AE is equal to EB. So next thing is I'm going to make yellow CB here. Let's see, is it working? It's not working. All right, so let me just use red. So CB here is the height of this red triangle I just made. But if you look at the shaded one, AEC, the blue, CB is also the height of that. So they both have the same height and they both have the same base. So that means then if this is 28, the whole area of the red has to be 28. Now, what I do know, it's a rectangle, and this area right here, and let me put it in black, is going to be half of the entire rectangle. Well, if this is half of the rectangle, 28 and 28 is 56, that means then this half is 56. Now we want to know the unshaded. So it's 56 plus, this is unshaded here, 28. So 56 and 28 is going to be 84 square inches. All right, next one. This one here, we have to figure out the area of the shaded region. So you got to figure out this triangle. So I'm going to tell you right now, they're all rectangles. So that means that there's a right angle here. So if I look here, let's say that's the height's 16. So I have 1/2, oops, sorry, 1/2 base, we don't know, times the height, which is 16. So let's figure out the base. Well, if this is the base, I'm going to draw in black. If you notice that there's right here, let me make that blue. There's 3 sections. This is one of the 3 sections. The whole thing is 96. So if I divide by 3, that means that this base is 32. So it's 32. So if you do the math, 1/2 of 32 is 16. 16 times 16 is going to be 256 square inches.